What's good, YouTube? And in today's video, we're going to be going over the complete settings guide for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, so you guys can load out your first game with the best settings possible. Now, just before we get into the video, guys, I am going to be live streaming the game on kick.com/ControlDec. So if you're watching this, you want to head over and see what these settings are like in action, just come over to kick.com/ControlDec. That is where the action is at. Now, just one more thing, guys, before we start the video. If you could please tap the reaction button on the video, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Leave a comment down below to let me know if this video helped you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy. So we're going to jump straight on in, guys, with the controller settings. Now, edit button layout, I haven't actually touched this, guys. Bumper ping is off. Flip, I shoot with the R1 and L1. It's just preference. If you want to use L2, R2, you can. I don't recommend using that over L1, R1 unless you have mouse clicks, which I have in my controller, but I still prefer L1, R1, so I'm going to use L1, R1. Stick layout preset is default. Control vibration is on, which is actually meant to be turned off, so let me just turn that off. I do not like that one bit. Dead zones, it just depends on your controller. Now, you can actually do a test dead zone, so as you can see here, you can test it out, make sure there's no stick drift. If it starts moving to the side by itself, adjust it. So if it's moving on the left too much, like mine's is right now, I'll turn mine up 1, turn mine up 2, and there you have it. No more, stick drift. Now, on to aiming, aka my sensitivity settings. I use 10, 10. Now, there's a show more section here, but we aren't going to touch this. 10, 10, 0.75. Now, if you struggle with tracking people, or maybe sometimes your aim is moving too quick, I do recommend dropping it down to like 7.5, 0.8, 0.85. I think this really does help, because you go from a fast paced and you slow it down slightly with your ADS, and I think just overall you will land more shots and feel a lot more comfortable, especially in those long range gunfights. Now, for vertical aim axis, just leave that all standard. You don't want to touch that. Tactical stance sensitivity, I'm leaving that as 1. You could drop it to 7.5, that way it's the exact same, but realistically you probably aren't going to use this very often, so I'm actually not going to bother and touch it. Aim response curve type, I'm going to use dynamic. I've used dynamic since 2019 MW, and I'm going to continue using it as I believe it's the best aim response curve you can get in the game, and I'm pretty sure it helps you track side to side, which is standard is vertical, dynamic helps track side to side. That's the way you think about it. ADS multiplier focus 1 times. ADS sensitivity transition timing instant. You want that as instant. Custom sensitivity per zoom, I'll leave that off. I like my 0.75. If you really want to, you can customize each scope individually, but personally I just think that would throw me off. Target aim assist is on, of course, controller player. And aim assist tape is Black Ops, which actually got a strong buff towards the end of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So I do recommend, if you haven't given it a try, definitely give this a try, guys. You will notice you're beaming, especially that long range distance. Third person ADS correction type assist, motion sensor behavior off, and we don't touch the advanced settings because the settings are off, of course. Alright, guys, now on to the movement behaviors. Automatic sprint should be set to automatical tactical sprint, which will allow you guys to do more smooth and quicker slide cancels. Also, move forward is off. Tactical sprint is going to be on double tap, but you aren't going to have to use that because your automatic tactical sprint will do that for you. Grounded mantle off. Automatic airborne mantle off, and automatic ground mantle off. Now, the reason these things are all off, automatic ground mantle / hang off. I don't like these to disrupt my gunfight. Sometimes you go to jump up or just jump in a gunfight when you're on like a head glitch or you're behind something, and it'll mantle you up there and get you killed. I would rather try double tap to jump than I would automatically jump up and get killed in a gunfight. Slide / dive behavior, I'm going to put it as tap to slide, okay? Now, you can put it as slide only. If you do not want to dive, you can now have the option to put it as slide only. Now, I'm going to have both because I think both can be utilised in different ways. Of course, prioritising the slide cancel now with Modern Warfare 3's movement. Plunging underwater, you should always choose it as free. Parachute auto deploy, I turned off. It was set to plane only initially. Turn that off. You don't want to be slowed down while getting to the ground and getting your loot when Warzone 2 drops. Sprint door bash on, that way you can break cameras by bashing open doors. Ledge climb behavior, mantle only. Slide cancel sprint is on. Aim down sight behavior is on hold. Change zoom activation is on sprint tactical focus. Equipment behavior is hold. Weapon mount, this is a preference. I use ADS plus melee. Weapon mount exit, I would say put medium. You don't really want to do any of these other ones because sometimes you may accidentally move your stick. And it might take you off your mount, so I'd put medium that way. It's a safe area, I would say. Tactical stance activation, I use aim down sight speed and down button. As I said, you probably are not going to use this, so it's somewhat irrelevant. Honestly, I might even turn mine off because I don't see a time when I'm going to use this. Interact reload behavior, prioritize interact. This will come in handy for Warzone 3. But if you want to use tap to reload for multiplayer, you know, that's also a fine option. I may even switch that up for multiplayer, but when it comes to Warzone, definitely switch back to prioritize interact. Armor plate behavior, apply all. Warzone again. I've just clicked out. I cannot believe that. ADS stick swap. Now, that's going to change your left stick to aim and your right stick to move when you aim down sights. Personally, if you use that, you're a sick human being. Let me tell you. Backpack control, I use stick. I don't like to use the D-pad, and I feel like the stick is much quicker, much fluent. Depleted ammo switch is on. Quick C4 detonation is grouped. I mean, any of the, you know, these two should be kept this way. You shouldn't change these at all, especially C4 one. That makes no sense to change. Manual fire behavior is press. The vehicles now are short delay on the vehicle camera recenter, camera initial position free look, lean out activation melee. Activation. Scoreboard and maps, you toggle, ping wheel, you know, all this stuff is kind of default stuff you don't even want to touch. We'll jump on to the audio now. Home theater is audio that I use, default system device with Windows default. These are very important. I think home theater has been the best audio setting now for a long, long time. If you're not using that, you're behind the curve. Put it on. My master audio is 80, 0, 50, 80, 8, and 0. Now, this changes depending on if you want to use voice chat or not, but you don't want it too loud. I feel like if it's too loud, you can't really hear things. It's just a lot of noise comes through your headset. You don't actually get to hear anything. So I drop mine to 80. That way I can, you know, truly hear the sounds, not just my headset vibrating the insides of my brain. Voice chat I've got on. The other stuff you can always change depending on your preference. You set your microphone to what you want to set your microphone as. Subtitles, once again, is up to you. And all this stuff is also, once again, up to you. Now, some other key settings I'm going to mention now would be your FOV. I use mine at 120. I would say most people use between 100 to 120. Most commonly, if you go center, 110, pretty safe zone. ADS field of view should be affected. Weapon field of view should be wide. Just gives you more coverage of your screen as opposed to it being condensed. Third person field of view, 90. Vehicle field of view, wide. Once again, more coverage of your screen. World motion blur should be off. Weapon motion blur should be off. Film grain should be 0.00. First person camera and third person camera at least at 50%. Third person ADS transition, I just use third person. Spectator camera, I use game perspective and inverted flashbang. That's preference once again. Now you may notice I have a different top on because I'm recording this the day after because I found better settings, okay? So we're going to the graphics settings here with display mode, full screen exclusive, your monitor, your graphics card, your screen's refresh rate, your resolution you play at as well. Display gamma is 2.2, brightness, whatever you want. The video reflex, low latency on. Eco mode, preset custom. VSync gameplay off, VSync menus off. Frame rate, I put limited, you may as well. Focus mode, 90. High dynamic range off, I didn't even touch that. Now we go to quality, custom preset, 100 resolution, that's just so you get your maximum resolution out your resolution that you've chose. Dynamic resolution off, upscaling off, VRAM scale target 90, variable rate shading on, texture resolution very low, texture filter, did I say that word? Normal, depth of field off, detail quality level normal, particle resolution very low, bullet impacts off, persistent effects off, shader quality low, on-demand textures, keep that off, that will really tank your FPS, local texture streaming quality is normal, shadow quality is very low, screen space shadows, I can't speak apparently, off, ambient conclusion, screen space, and static reflection quality, low, off, and off. I'm struggling speaking, oh my god. Tessellation off, terrain memory minimum, volumetric quality, this looks horrible, low, then we got off for that one as well, low and off. Now I hope you guys enjoyed the video, so if this helped, please leave a thumbs up, comment down below and let me know this helped, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching, peace and love, man, peace and love.